Hello students, today the topic that we're going to cover is physical properties of urine. In this, we're going to read about the color of the urine, pH, volume and odor of the urine. So, urine, it has a clear yellow color due to the pigment urochrome. You have to learn this. This is a 1-mark question. Pigment responsible for urine color, urochrome. pH of the urine, it falls between 5 to 8. It is slightly acidic with pH around 6, and more of the protein diet makes it more acidic, while vegetable based diet makes the urine alkaline. Volume is 1 to 1.5 liter per day, which varies according to the climate outside and also according to the consumption of water by a person. Odor of the urine, it is generally strong ammonia like after some time due to the bacterial activity done on the urine. So the normal human urine, it generally consists of 95% of water and 5% of solid waste. But sometimes along with this, some abnormal constituents, they also starts appearing in urine. So now we're going to read about that what are the constituents that should not be present but sometimes do occur, and what are the causes for their occurrence. Now, if blood cells come along with the urine, the condition is known as hematuria, and it is due to urinary tract infection, kidney stone, or due to tumor. If glucose starts coming in the urine, condition is known as glycosuria, and it is due to diabetes mellitus, which is also known as sugar diabetes. If albumin starts coming, albumin, a protein, if it starts coming in the urine, so it is basically due to high blood pressure, or it may be due to increased permeability of the Bowman's capsule membrane on account of some bacterial infection. And if bile pigments, they are coming with the urine, it is either due to anemia or hepatitis, or maybe due to liver cirrhosis. So after this, we will read about the topic regulation of urine output. Well, the output of the urine, it has to be regulated. See, if your body is not having enough amount of water in it, so your body cannot secrete out a large amount of urine. It has to restore back, it has to reabsorb the water from the urine. Now see what happens. If amount of water is more in urine, it means your urine is quite dilute. A large amount of water is present in the DCT when urine is formed. Then what happens? A message is sent to the pituitary gland, which is situated in our brain, to release the hormone ADH. The full form, it also comes in examination. It is antidiuretic hormone, or the other name of the same hormone is vasopressin. So what this ADH done? This ADH, it makes the wall of DCT more permeable to water. So what happens then? The water starts moving out of this DCT wall into the blood capillaries. That's why the excess of water, it just started going back to the blood. It is reabsorbed from here to maintain the osmotic pressure of the blood. So this type of questions, it may also be asked, like name the hormone responsible for osmoregulation of blood, or osmotic pressure of water in the blood. So that time you have to write ADH or vasopressin. The other topic that is there in your book is diuretics. You can get the definition of the same. So diuretics, they are the substances that increases the formation of urine. For example, tea, coffee and alcohol. After this, we have a topic artificial kidney. Well, as we know that humans, we are having a pair of kidneys in us. So if by chance one kidney is infected or it is damaged, so the other kidney takes the role, and a human can lead his or her life easily. But if both the kidneys, they got infected or they are damaged, then the person has to be hospitalized and he has to go through the dialysis process. Now what happens in this dialysis? If suppose it's a patient, what we'll do in this process, we'll take blood from its renal artery, from the vein of the from the wrist of the patient, from renal artery. Doctors, they take the blood and then pass it to the dialysis machine. in the dialysis machine. Whole the nitrogenous waste, salts, etc., it is removed, and the purified blood, it is again passed into the wrist renal vein, which then take this blood to the inferior vena cava and then to the heart. So basically in dialysis machine, the work done by the kidneys in the body, in the absence of kidneys, this work is to be done with this dialysis machine. It purifies the blood. Our last topic, osmoregulation, I think that is left. So for that I'll make another video. Thank you.